So I am here with one of my amazing clients, David. And what I'm hoping that you could do, David, is tell us a little bit about yourself and your cancer diagnosis before we kind of jump in.
I don't talk about my cancer diagnosis a lot. Some people share a lot, and I tend not to, but I was diagnosed with stage 3 prostate cancer back in April of 2020, so in the middle of the pandemic. But I had been going every year, as I should, for my PSA screenings. And, we felt we got it early, so I opted to do surgery, which unfortunately didn't get it all because we found out that I had the genetic mutated gene. So it was a little more aggressive. I then did the radiation therapy and chemotherapy too. And I had about 6 months where there was no cancer visible or diagnosed, whatever that right word is. And then it started slowly inching up. So I'm currently diagnosed with recurrent prostate cancer and working with my doctors right now and determining future treatment options.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing.
I think it'd be easy to say that, all right, I read this information, I've read a lot of information, this seems like the right thing to do, just do it. But I think anytime that you're going to make a lifestyle change, it helps to have somebody that can coach you through that and help you through things. And we do make food very confusing in our country, and food labels, we talked about that. One of the benefits of working with you is it's not just the food, it's the packaging it comes in, it's the labeling that comes in. I felt it was with talking with you that you could give me the right guidance, because my personality is to jump all in. I imagine you have clients that are on one end of the spectrum. I'll try this, I'll try that. And you have other ones say, let's just do it. And I always liked vegetables. That wasn't the issue. I just happened to like meat. So I said, but let's get rid of the meat and dairy and just jump in. But if I'm jumping in, I want somebody that's got a life preserver that can help me on the side.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
But I would say, sorry for being repetitive, that just making a choice that I feel is making me stronger, and I believe is making me stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of power in that, right? What you alluded to is a placebo effect or not? I'm not sure, but whatever.
It's working. Yeah. And one of the bigger impacts of working with you is one that wasn't necessarily expected. We expected the surgery to do it, so I wasn't anticipating when we first talked doing the radiation and chemo, but I am convinced you helped me through that. And my goal was to get through that with very minimal side effects. And I'm a superstitious person, so I'll be careful with this, but they were non-events for me. It was just something that I went through to treat what I'm trying to treat is a chronic disease. And I believe that had I not been talking to you, I don't think I would have gotten through those quite as, I don't want to say easy as I did though.
Thank you. But I think you also deserve a lot of the credit.
And so benefited a lot from that too.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. So you did more of the individual coaching program with me, but you've also experienced somewhat of group coaching through like the membership and so forth. Is there anything specific that stands out between either of those that you really liked about the program that you think would resonate well with other people?
So when I spoke to you on our initial call, I knew that I was in and joining up, but that kind of meshes with me, that more of the one-on-one kind of coaching and dialogue and conversations. When we discussed the community, I don't want to say that I was less inclined to do it, but I was on the fence that it's I'm not necessarily a group and kind of guy and sharing that, but I found it very beneficial because not only am I getting your advice, I'm getting advice that we're vetting out and discussing as a group, getting ideas. We have 2 huge, like 4-inch, 5-inch binders at home of whole food, plant-based recipes, of which we maybe make 3 or 4 all the time. And the best part of the group is getting new ideas and somebody saying, hey, have you ever tried this? Have you done that? So I really enjoy the camaraderie of the group and the support of the group. And this is a shout out to any gentlemen listeners out there. You can join up to the group.
Who would you recommend this program to? Who do you think of when you think about who this program might be appropriate for?
I think 2 things when you ask that question. Obviously, you have such a strong expertise in cancer. So anybody that has cancer themselves or a loved one with cancer or just a history of cancer in their family is going to benefit by working with you. But I just, if I hadn't had cancer, would I have been talking to you? Probably I needed that stimulator, if that's the right word. It was a bad stimulator.
I know what you mean by that. You needed like an event, unfortunately, an event to propel you to make a change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But again, I believe there's so much compelling information of how a whole food plant-based diet will make you stronger. And by being stronger, whether you have cancer and you need to fight that or just fight through life to make yourself better. And you know, whether it's heart issues or diabetes or inflammation and any of those. So I think anybody that just wants to be healthier and feel healthier would benefit from it, cancer
Yeah.
or no cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Okay, I have one more question for you.
Right.
What would you
If
be
I
a
were
piece
a
of it?
tree, what kind of tree would I be?
I think I'd pick a maple tree because they're super beautiful in the fall, right? Like, but if you were to give a piece of advice to somebody who is recently diagnosed with cancer, what would you tell them?
Just keep the faith, believe in yourself, believe in your friends, believe in your support network, and just don't give up.